Hello, this is Dirk from Boris FX, and I'm looking at the Avid forum, and there's a question from Stu regarding Avid FX or Boris RED, which is essentially the same product. So you have, he basically has objects in a container, and the way I read it, want to be able to mask, create a spline mask that affects all the objects in the container. And I'll show you a way to achieve that effect. So you're right, the container itself has no mask track. Might be something to consider adding as a feature in the future, but you can do it pretty simply. I'll show you kind of the quick way, and then I'll explain how it's working. So I'm selecting this container track. Oh, by the way, what we have here is a container with three. So there's a text track. There's this this Marilyn Monroe face. And then there's this landscape background there. And you know, the text and the face are using blend modes and stuff. That's how it's compositing that way. And it's all in a single container. So if I scale it up, scale it down, it'll, or position, or even you know, manipulate it in 3D and stuff like that. Those objects will be grouped by this container. So I'm going to select the container track, and under the track menu, I'm going to choose New Pre-Composition. Now, what it did there in my timeline is it created this track, and this 3D container that I was just looking at and showed you with the text, the face, and the clouds inside of it is nested inside the face of this track. Now, this track actually happens to be a black color media track, but with its media track disabled by default. So it basically, it's acting like something like a container, but it's flattening it. And it's also offering here a mask track, so an upstream mask track. So if you know, if I grab the pen tool now with the mask track selected, and I start to click in here, that's not such a nice mask, is it? There's a mask that's affecting all three objects. So that's the way I would suggest doing it. So it's really that pre-comp command. If I just pull my container out of here again, it's just a shortcut for doing this. So creating color media, twirling up in the face here, disabling the media track, and then dragging and dropping this in here. And this process is actually really useful. It's really useful for compositing in Avid FX or RED. There's a lot of it enables you to always kind of basically take all the stuff you have up to that point and then, you know, nest it so that it behaves like a single image in the composition. So basically, yeah, I have this here, and again, you know, if I clicking here, that's my my mask that's affecting all of those, and you know, you can invert that mask and disable that mask and stuff like that.